piece.
Oh, B, I got this book. I forget I was telling Chin on Below the Belt. I was on a show with Jim Norton, right?
Yeah.
And they brought in this FBI forensic guy. He's the guy that show Mindhunters on Netflix, where he's interviewed Charles Manson, Jeffrey Dahmer. He's the main guy.
Do you know what his name is? Richard Walter?
What was his
Johnny
name?
Douglas.
Johnny Douglas.
Okay.
John E. Douglas.
Yeah.
They bring him in whenever there's an unsolved serial killer case or a murder case. They bring him in because he always sees outside the box.
Yes.
And solves it. He was fascinating.
I bet.
Fascinating.
That-
He said when he was interviewing Charles Manson, it's a control thing. So it was him and another guy. Charles has to be higher than you. So when he was just like spewing and ranting to his followers, he was always on a chair because he was 5'2". So he's
Yeah, yes,
Charles
he was.
Manson was
Yeah.
tiny. So he said when he went to interview Charles Manson, as soon as Charles walks in, he grabbed a chair and stood on top of it. I was like,
Oh,
"What's
shit.
up?" And he goes, "I didn't acknowledge it, but I knew what he was trying to do. But you give him that control because you get more out of him."
Yes.
So we had to look up at Charles, and he would only talk to us that way. It's he was talking about these and
The psychology behind a serial killer.
He was there doing his new book. His book's out. It is it's so dark.
All about power, right?
Power and like the way people are fucked. And
What a job,
There
though.
he is, Johnny Douglas.
What a job.
What a job, right? But he was saying that, how we're like, oh, it's just a mental illness. He's like, that doesn't fly. It's not a mental illness. He goes, some of these serial killers and some of these murderers that you meet have the highest IQ, the most normal people you meet, and there's certain reasons why they do it. It's not a mental illness.
They just get off on the power, right?
It's a power move.
It's they get a sexual pleasure off of being
like
in control of your
they were
life.
saying the guy. Remember that guy who was setting fires,
Yes.
and then would watch them.
Yeah.
They said he would set fires, and the power that he had to control, that the fire trucks would come and all those people and resources, he would sit there and jack off and watch the firemen put out the fire. It was a sexual power.
That's
thing.
right. That's what Richard. I think
How weird is that?
I think it was Richard Walter said they were finding women by the riverbank killed, and he goes, plan a car, you'll find him masturbating in his car, and that's exactly what he was doing. They would find the guy who would pull up and masturbate and think about what he had done. That kind of shit. So my friend's a criminal lawyer. He had to defend this kid. He kept defending this kid who he would start a fire and then dress up like a fireman and direct traffic around the fire. Yeah, he got off on it.
It's very strange. This guy was saying too, there's this one murder with a 7-year-old girl, and they found semen on her leg, and that she's been, raped and murdered, 7-year-old. And the cops, I know, horrible. The cops came and went, this pedophile rape, the case solved, done. And he's like, you're off, man. That's not what's going on here. So he sat down and talked to him, and it was a power thing, and it wouldn't matter if it was a 7-year-old or a 33-year-old or 38-year-old, but he just wanted power over this person. So this person showed up at the wrong time. She was Girl Scout cookies, murdered her. But the reason why she had semen on her legs is because he was so excited at the thought that he had this power.
Yeah.
He ejaculated.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they were like, oh, it's easy, pedophile. And he's like, no, it's not. You're so off.
Yeah.
He has no history of that. If it's a pedophile, he would have coerced her and set her up and kind of groomed her. Sure. This isn't a pedophile case. And he wouldn't have done it next door.
These murders have their own fingerprint. Like,
I asked this guy too. I go, how can you sleep at night, man? Like he was telling me something.
Oh, you met him?
I was on the show with him.
Oh shit! I thought it was a book. Okay, so
no, he gave me his book after we met him.
I'm gonna read it.
It was
so
good.
What did he say when you said that?
He was saying at night, he was like, sometimes, because he has 3 kids.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, sometimes it's heavy to take home. He goes, we'll eventually get used to it. Because he's seen the worst of the worst.
The worst of the worst.
And I fucked up and asked him the worst thing he ever said. There he is, John Douglas.
You fucked up and asked him?
Ah, dark shit, man.
Yeah.
Super dark stuff. And he was saying how like when these murderers and serial killers, not really serial killers, but even the murderers are up for parole, the parole board's like, are you better? Did you go through prison, everything all good? And he's like, you guys are doing it wrong. Of course, he's a model citizen inside prison because there's a system and he follows each thing and then moves on. You put him in the real world, there's no one holding his hand. He's going to fuck up again.
That's
and he knows how to manipulate you guys.
I don't think you should ever be let out.
He goes, you can't manipulate me. So he interviews them they send him when they're up for parole. And man, he's good. It was so fascinating, dude.
Wow, man.
I think he's written like 4 books. His newest one's really fascinating.
I gotta read it. Those things fuck me up though.
Yeah, I got through almost a quarter of it on the plane, and it's so dark. It's so dark.
It's such a bummer.
And you know what's interesting? It even occurred to me when they go, oh, the parents need closure.
Yeah.
They need closure. He goes, there's no such thing as closure.
No.
So, and he said, what else the parents want? That in this 7-year-old who was murdered, the mom wanted the details, the exact details, what happened to his daughter, which he knew of.
Yeah.
And he goes, they want the details. He goes, not for closure, because they're going to have to carry this for the rest of their life.
Yeah,
they want to know because
how badly she
they
suffered.
want to know exactly what she went through.
Said.
Yeah. I couldn't.
I have a 7-year-old.
It was so heavy, man.
I have a 7-year-old. So that,
Oh,
I don't
heavy.
know anything. I don't know. Well, there's nothing worse.
Heavy.
There's nothing worse.
Heavy.
It's
But
our
he,
biggest
he
fear.
said the one thing that did help the mom is he's like, she fought. I'll tell you that right now. She fought.
Yeah.
It was nasty, man. Makes you sad.
Yeah, man. It makes you sad.
But it also makes you makes you realize how fucked up people are. Because you was talking how this guy's not that, how he's not mentally insane because everything was calculated.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing that he knew he couldn't let him out of prison because he goes, "Were you surprised by anything?" He goes, "I was surprised how hard it is to choke a person to death." He goes, "I choked her unconscious, left her, thought she was dead,
Yeah.
went downstairs to get a bag to put her, and came back. She was twitching." He's like, "What the fuck?" So he grabbed her by the feet and
All right.
yep,
Jeez.
dirty shit, man.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
Oh, dirty. But he was basically saying how and this guy's been in therapy for 30 years, and he's like, nothing's gonna help these people.
No,
he's
fuck
like, none
you.
of that's gonna help.
Fuck you.
He goes,
hey,
your therapy.
if you kill a kid or you rape a kid, you're going away forever.
They should just kill you because if you
agree.
listen to him talk, he goes, they're so his IQ's so much higher than everybody's, and they're so aware of what you're trying to get out of them. So
Yeah,
you
they're
send
just
him this
manipulating.
therapist, this parolee,
No.
whatever. He knows
Smarter.
what to tell you to get out.
Of course.
So you guys aren't helping him. Like he's uncurable.
Yes.
It's in him. That's what he wants to do.
I think you kill him, put him down like a sick dog.
They're saying this and this isn't a kid one, so not as bad. But there was this guy, right, and he had real bad anger issues, and he bought this. He always had bad anger issues, and he killed a guy when he was like 17 in traffic, whatever. So he did like 20 years. Got out. Was out for like a month or so, and then went, "Do you think he's good?" Not this guy. The parolees were like, "He's good. He's checked all the boxes. He's reincarcerated. He's fine. He's way better. We fix him with therapy. He's good to go." It was a young move. Gets out a month later. He goes. He finally saves money. He loved motorcycles. Goes into a motorcycle shop. There's 6 guys there, and he gets on the bike and he's like trying to start it. He wasn't familiar with it. The guys in the shop start making fun of him. What the fuck you doing? You're going to ride that thing, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, dude, I'm here to buy a bike. They start making fun. You can't buy. Get the fuck out the bike. You're not buying this bike. And he had cash in his pocket to buy a bike he's always wanted. Guys keep making fun of him. He goes, all right, cool, man. Fuck it. Fuck your bike. All right, that's cool. Leaves. Waits a year. A year. Goes back in. There's those same 6 people. Murders all 6. The cops come in and go, what the fuck, man? This is a robbery. They bring in homeboy here. He goes, this ain't a robbery. No, this is this is all calculated. This is someone who's very upset and something happened. And they found the guy and he goes, yeah, man, went here to buy a bike. And he was like, and they started making fun of me. So he waited a year, just let it stew until they couldn't figure out it was him and came back.
That's the scariest kind of guy. He just kind of goes, I'll get you.
But that's what he's saying. So if you would have interviewed the guy then with the parole board, he would pass all the tests and be fine. And they'd be like, oh, let him go. But there's these people have these traits inside him where he might not kill right when he gets out of prison.
Right.
But it could be 5 years,
That's
10
right.
years.
That's right. That's right. The Murder Room is another book about this. This guy who's like that, who could just solve the craziest shit. You could look at a murder scene and be like, this is a muscular guy who didn't have sex with her after she was dead.
You know what it is? It's always the mom relationships. It's always the relationships with the mom.
Oh,
Never
really?
dads, really. Always moms.
Wow.
Yeah, he's always the mother-son relationship that usually causes them to fuck up. If they're overbearing.
Yeah,
if they're
they
not
say
there.
wife beaters, men who hit women, like habitually. Apparently, a lot of times they're men whose mothers left or had very troubled relationships with their
Or
mothers.
want people to listen the first time.
Well, there is that. There is that. But,
Bad
but
joke.
no,
Not gonna
no.
work. Bad joke.
But so that they can't control a woman. So as soon as they start dating a girl, they'll ask for they'll like it'll start with little things
Dominating.
like where are you? What's your number? Then
Dressing
give me
a
your
certain way.
phone.
Yep.
I want your phone. And they just start controlling you that way.
He was saying, I asked him the toughest case he's ever had to solve, and he said there's the strangle, torture,
bind, kill.
bind.
No, bind, torture, kill. BTK,
Bind-
the BTK.
the BTK killer.
He solved that?
So check this out.
Bind, torture,
so
kill.
the bind, torture, killer, 20-year career of murdering people, serial killer.
Yep.
But
The whole family.
took 6 years off.
Yeah.
So their fallen tendencies, 6 years goes by. They're like, what the fuck, dude? He must have died or got picked up for prison. But then the murders start happening again. He was a family man.
Yep.
Worked at a church.
Yep, worked at
had
a church.
family. And you know why he stopped? His wife. Because he used to like do sadistic stuff. So he liked to get choked and jack off.
Yeah.
But his family had no idea. His wife walked in, him in a suit, choking himself, jacking off. And she went, they're religious. She went, what the fuck are you doing? Wow. And he thought, because everyone's looking for this killer. And she even was like, man, it sounds like they're describing you. He's like, I know, it's ridiculous, right? But he thought, man, if I get caught again, she's going to put 2 and 2 together. So he stopped doing it for 6 years or some shit like that. And then was like, oh, I'm good to go. Started doing it again after 6 years.
Wow.
Crazy, right? Because they were like, he was the only one where it didn't make sense. It never made sense.
Look at him there with his daughter. Look at him, just a guy with a
Dude, he
daughter.
did awful things to family. Would kill the whole family. Bind, torture, kill.
Yeah, nice guy.
That was his slogan. Look at this fucking creep. What a piece of shit.
This is creepy as hell.
Look, he fishes too, Chin.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Right?
Click on that. What is that drawing of, Chin? Click on it.
This one?
Yes. The most disturbing images of what?
Created?
Oh.
So he
Most
just made
disturbing
that?
Bound women, a woman's mask.
Nice guy.
Keep scrolling down.
Interesting dude.
It's so weird.
Whoa.
He would bury people alive.
I think it's just his artwork or like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like art.
yeah.
Just messed up art.
This ain't good. Yeah. What a terrible person, man. I mean, kill kids, the whole families, and torture them.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what goes on in this world.
Oh, you know what else?
Shit.
And we'll move on after Murder and Death after this. Yep. Shout out to Murder and Death. I was asking about JonBenet. They put him on a JonBenet case.
Yeah.
And I goes, the parents, right? And he goes, that drives me nuts. He goes,
The brother?
No. He goes, the Boulder Police Department fucked that up so bad. With outsiders looking, you can ask any experts who've ever seen murder. That ain't the parents. That's not. It's not even close. He goes, that girl was tortured. It was not quick. The way she was tortured is not a family member. You'd have to know what you're doing. You'd have to have time. And I go, what about the brother? He goes, you think an 8-year-old did that? I felt so stupid. I went,
Oh my God.
no, I don't. I mean, like, was he 8? I just went, was he 8? No, that wasn't the brother. He goes, not a chance. He goes, the method that they used to kill and everything. He goes, that was a passionate crime. They wanted something out of it. And he goes, I can guarantee you it was not the parents. He goes, guarantee. He goes, I've been doing this for over 40 years.
Wow.
He's the one who went in and told them this. It's not. You guys are looking the wrong thing. It's
And
not
they
the
never
parents.
caught. They never caught
Nope.
them.
And he goes, it's not the parents. I can guarantee you that. And that's when the Boulder Police like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, you brought me in for a reason. I know you guys have been going down this path that's
Rabbit
the parents.
hole.
And he goes, it's so clear that it's not them. It's not even funny. And he goes, I felt bad for the parents. He goes, think if your child is murdered and they blame you.
Yeah, she died of cancer, I think.
And then he's like in Arizona selling like polo shirts or some shit.
Wow.
Well, what about that FBI special, though, where they showed that it couldn't have been anyone that broke in? And it was for sure somebody in the house. Remember, it was on like last year?
Yeah, but those
Now
are.
Jay
That was
knows.
an FBI recreation.
Yeah, I
They
know.
proved that nobody could come in through the little window.
I know. They tried to crack where it was broken.
Yeah,
they
they
said
couldn't-
someone couldn't fit through there.
Yeah. It was the son.
An 8-year-old?
Probably the
Yeah.
dad.
No way.
No, I think it was the son, just like the FBI guy said.
Yeah, you
The
probably
son
know
got-
more than the expert who we just spoke with.
Well, no, that was an FBI.
Was the kid 8 years
thing.
old?
Yes, at the time he's 8.
Well, they're not saying he staged the crime scene. The FBI guy said maybe
saying-
he got mad, hit her with a flashlight.
She
The parents
fell.
freaked out, tossed
That
her in
could
the
be
basement,
possible.
wrote that fake ass
That
letter.
could be
Yeah,
possible. That could be possible to save your son.
yeah, exactly.
That would make sense. Damn, she died at 49. Oh. Well, that was a tragedy all the way around.
Horrible, huh?
When you see my back ripple and I pull myself up like a chimp 30 times bang, while talking to you, why wouldn't I give that to you as
It's a gift.
inspiration?
It's a gift, really.
It's a gift.